And in this episode, we're working on a Porsche. This one here is pretty cool. It's a 2008 Porsche Cayman. I don't think it's an S. Might be a turbo car though, not entirely sure. As you guys know, I'm the Porsche King. I like working on these bad boys. They are kind of becoming second nature to me, if you know what I mean, right? So anyways, I got the hood of this thing pretty much taken apart already. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit here, got pretty excited, and wanted to get started on this sucker. Got the Gav Meister over here. He just confirmed that it is in fact a Cayman S. It also looks to me as though it's been lowered a little bit. It's got some cross-drilled rotors. Those might be factory, not entirely sure. Real pretty car though, real pretty car. This sucker should sound real nice and spicy after, I hope. And we'll go ahead and get started, guys. I'll remove that head unit. I apologize about my bantering and blambering and zooming in and all that stuff, but we'll go ahead and remove this head unit. Alrighty, so I'm taking apart some things here, and I'm already noticing that some of the screws are missing. There's one missing from there, a couple missing from underneath this trim panel as well, and it looks as though someone has already been in here doing something, repairing of some sort here. Not sure what all this is, but it's definitely not factory, so I'll do some investigating here. Alrighty, so word to the wise here, just so you guys know, dum-dum is not a proper way of mounting things in a vehicle. So I just repaired all the wiring that was there. What a colossal mess. I'm not sure what was going on there, except for the fact that someone had a boomerang module in here. The new owner of the vehicle is not subscribed to this and does not know where it is. And so yeah, we've just removed this colossal conundrum of a mess and tidied up what was there. So now we can go continue on with our removal. All right, my mother truckers. So we're pretty much ready here. We've got the dash, oops, almost dropped you. Got the dash pretty much taken apart here on this side of things. Have all of our wiring repaired on our kick panel, so we can go ahead and not let that ruin my headspace. So next, we're gonna go ahead and start removing this radio. Basically, give you guys a breakdown. You have to remove this back panel, remove the actual underbelly tray of the dash, and then same thing on the opposite side there. You'll have to remove this back panel, and then you can get access to these little baby Allen keys. If you guys can see those there, they're not baby, they're actually pretty big. Then you can turn them to the left, and then the whole radio will pop out of its hole. Alrighty, so there's a couple of bolts, not bolts, but like these little Allen keys that are on your side here. Turn them to the left, these little tabs go in, and that's on both sides of the radio, and then you can pull the radio out. Alright boys, so this is the set of speakers that we're doing here. I think we've changed things up here with the owner. We've talked to the guy and we said there's really no separation. There would be a kind of an odd separation of mids and highs here if we end up putting this mid driver in the rear. So we're just going to end up doing a really nice front stage. We'll still amplify the rear speakers, the factory ones there, and this will be just a beautiful front stage. This is the C5 three-way component speakers, 653. Nice beautiful 4-inch mid driver with a 6.5-inch mid bass, and then a nice 1.5-inch tweeter with a nice three-way crossover. The crossovers will go under the hood, and yeah, so we're going to go ahead and start taking apart the doors on this sucker now, and getting the speakers situated in the doors, dynamat, and make them look beautiful. Alrighty, so we got the driver's door taken apart, got the factory Bose woofer taken out. Gonna have to make a speaker adapter ring out of MDF to fit there with the 6.5-inch, so it'll bolt into the factory locations there. And if you guys have never seen the back of a Porsche Cayman panel, here's your opportunity right here, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and take out this factory 4-inch or 3-inch mid driver and replace it with our 4-inch driver or 3.5-inch driver out of the C5 set right there. So nice beautiful fitment behind the door panel here. We're going to be using the existing factory wiring here, so we'll be cutting this connector off. At any time in a Porsche or German car, if you see a brown stripe on the wire, that is negative, and the one that is not is positive. And that goes for every speaker that's in this car. So we will go ahead and wire this bad boy up, and I'll show you what that looks like after. Alright boys and girls, got our
C5, I think it's a 3.5 inch, maybe a 4 inch, probably a 3.5 inch speaker here in the door panel. Mounted in the factory locations, heat shrunk and soldered on there, the connectors beautifully. So next we're going to go ahead and make a couple of speaker adapters to fit in the factory locations. I'll show you how that's done. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to take the actual woofer out of the basket. And you're going to have to modify this, I'll slowly show you that. Alright, the next thing you want to do is you want to cut off the bottom of the basket. That can get discarded, and now it can lay flat. That's very important. Next, you want to lay it down on a piece of 1-inch MDF. I think the rest is fairly explanatory from here. Going to trace it, drill your holes. You are then going to lay the, what do you call that? What would you call that?
Trim, maybe?
Trim? It's not trim, it's you know what I'm saying. It comes with the speakers and it's an template. There we go. Wow. Whew, that was tough, boys. That was tough. Anyways, you're going to then lay your template into the center, which just so happens to fit ever so nicely within there. And then you're going to trace it out just like in the good old days, you know, when you're in school, tracing and stuff. And then what's that? There's your speaker adapter, boys. Just got to cut that out, finish this line up here. That little notch there doesn't allow you to, it's kind of, you know, whatever, marked in there, so you can't really get a good marking there. So I'll finish that up, and then I will go ahead and cut that out. Wait. Two speaker adapters, boys. Alrighty, so we got our speaker adapter and we got our C5 component woofer there in the hole. Fits ever so nicely. We'll have to screw that in, obviously. But I'm going to go ahead and pre-wire the door, get this all covered in Dynamat, and show you what that looks like. Alrighty, so we got the speaker in the hole. The entire bracket has been Dynamated. Did a little bit behind it as well, and got the speaker screwed in. Did all 8 screws, of course. And now we can move on to the passenger door. Alrighty, got the Gavin Master wrapping up our woofer cable that we're gonna have to run to the back of this bitch. And I've got the driver's side door all done. I will show you that. And then what do you guys think about that? Right there, boys. No more Bose symbol. It says JL. Huh, weird, eh? Beautiful little touches there. That side says Bose. Will it focus? Will it focus? Let's see here. Bose. Oof, shaky. All right. So, anyways, we're gonna take that side apart now and do that side. Got Gavin over here doing that thing. Hell yeah. Alrighty. Got the passenger door all done. Got our 4-inch driver in there beautifully. Gonna put this door panel back on, and then we'll work on those tweeters up there in the dash. Alright, so next we're gonna be replacing these tweeters up in here. Alright guys, so skipping forward a little bit, we did finish the tweeters up there in the dash. Those are already done. And now we've got the stealth box in the back here. JL has actually stopped making this JL stealth box specifically for this Cayman S. And I'm not entirely sure why, to be completely honest with you. It is a beautiful woofer. It sounds fantastic. And yeah, so we got the last 2 in existence. I got one more sitting upstairs. So if you guys want your Porsche Cayman S JL subwoofer box, give me a shout. I might be able to get you one. Other than that, I've got our speaker cable ran. That's for the woofer there, nicely wrapped in tested tape. That's going to go under the dash and then up through and then under the hood. So next thing we're going to work on, I believe, since we've done all the speakers, is we're going to do that bass control knob, which is sitting right there. Alright, so we got our bass control knob here, and we got 3 sets of 10-foot RCAs, the V12s from T-Spec. Real nice stuff. We're gonna go ahead and use our label maker and label those bad boys up. Alrighty, so we got our RCA's labeled here, rear, front, sub. And I know that says rear, it's because that one's looped. But anyways, so I have these all labeled up here. Here's we go. Front one, front, rear, sub. And we're gonna go ahead and run a remote wire along with one of these, and then we can start running these up under the hood. Alright, so we got our cable here, nicely wrapped up in Tessa tape beautifully. So one of the end of that can go behind the head unit, and then the other end will get hooked up to the amplifier. Alrighty, so we're going to mount our base control knob, and typically where I like to mount them is somewhere in this area here, just so when the emergency brake is down, I will show you that here just briefly. Bam! It's down all the way, right? And then, you know, you can still get to it right in that area, right about there. So I'm going to go ahead and mount that and show you what that looks like after. Alright, so there's our base control knob, nicely mounted there. I guess I'll show you what that looks like when you get your hand on it. The emergency brake is all the way down, you know, so you can kind of be slick and, you know, look at that. Beautiful. Alright guys, so we're moving along. Got our Gavin Meister Tessa taping up the base control knob, hell yeah. And we'll get that sucker ran, and then we're going to start working on the radio wiring itself, which is right there. So we got our USB cable here. I made this up, just the two cables, put some expandable sheathing on there, and then the heat shrink on either end. We'll mount that. Got a GPS navigation antenna that needs to get mounted there, and then we'll do our Bluetooth mic on the usual A-pillar location. I will show you that after. Alright boys, so we skipped a couple of steps, not a big deal. Got our RCA cables ran, got our... What are you saying over there, Craig? You chewing Nicorette gums, buddy? Alright. So anyways, we've got our wiring done, which is labeled and beautiful, as you can see here. Let me show you that. Let me show you that. You guys need to see this. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So this is all done. We want to keep this nice and organized, and we got our power cable here for our head unit, our RCA's, our USBs are ran there. We got to run over our Bluetooth mic, which has been installed up there. Got everything kind of running out of here like a bit of a spaghetti looking mess right now, but it will be beautifully organized in just a moment. Alright boys, so we have got everything ran up underneath the hood there. I will show you that. All the cables are kind of hanging out there. Everything's beautiful underneath here. We've got all of our RCA cables ever so nicely ran out through the grommet. I'll show you that in just a moment here. All of our cables are here. RCA's, power cable for the head unit. We have our navigation, our antenna, and then our Bluetooth mic is there ever so nicely. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm looking at. Yeah, you can. Perfect. Alright, so then this wire here is going to be for our accessory power to turn on and off the head unit. And now we're going to put the dash back together. Alright boys, so got all of our wiring here. Looks really nice. Get that shift knob out of the way there. So we have our power cable for our head unit, antenna, our GPS antenna, our USBs, front, rear, and sub RCA's, and our Bluetooth mic. As you can see, everything is nice and slick and organized back here. There's a good reason for that. There isn't a whole lot of room behind the head unit to get things to look really nice, so we're going to go ahead now and install this cage. This cage comes predetermined with a couple of these little foam pieces here. That just centers it out within the dash hole. So I'll show you that here. We'll just take our beautiful bundle of wires here and run it on through. Alrighty, so as you can see, the foam needs to get stuffed into place, and I'll just nicely do that there. And I leave the slideys on top. Really, the sticky stuff will just make it more difficult to get out later. So that slides into there like so. And we're going to go ahead and just center it out in the hole here and push our tabs in. One there. There's one there. There's one here. Very, very stiff tabs. Let me see here. Get a better angle at it here. Gavin's trying to film, and there we go. Alright, I'll get back at you in a minute, guys. Alright, boys, so I've got everything connected here. Got that cage installed there. Figured I'd save you guys the hassle and the boredom, probably. So everything's connected to the head unit here. We have our front, rear, and sub outputs for the amplifier, Bluetooth mic, GPS antenna, the radio antenna, and the USBs are connected back here, right here. So those are all connected. Everything's ready to go. Got our dash kit installed, which is just these little clips here. So we'll go ahead and slide this stereo into the hole. And the dash kit comes with a couple little radio removal tools in the event that you'd like to remove the radio. So we'll go ahead and just slide this sucker in there just like that. And what's going on here? Oh, there we go, I think. Nope, she's a little bit stiff, guys. Give me one more second here. Alright, guys, just need to get that tab in on that side a little bit more. And then our radio should just click right into place there, which it just has. And the dash kit is designed to kind of move around a little bit. The idea is that it can move up and down, but not out. Let's close that up here. And then there's this beautiful little trim panel. And the trim panel just goes over top of the radio like so. And you can adjust the radio to make it fit. And just like that, our radio is in the hole. What do you guys? Alrighty, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching part 1 of 2 of this installation here. Going forward, we'll start working under the hood, running all of our wires down, and we'll make sure that we get everything nicely connected under there. Anyhow, make sure you like and subscribe to these videos. It helps me, it helps you. Give this video a good thumbs up, and we'll catch you on the next one. See you guys soon.